Hi, my name is David Warner Matheson, and for the past 12 years, I've been exploring the connections between the world's ancient myths and the stars, and the evidence which shows beyond any doubt that the world's ancient myths share a common system, a common foundation of celestial metaphor. Back in 2017, I made a video about the famous Vision of Ezekiel, specifically the first vision of Ezekiel that opens the text of the ancient scripture known to us as the book of Ezekiel or the scroll of Ezekiel. It's famous, extremely famous, because a lot of ancient alien theorists like to argue that Ezekiel is trying to describe a literal visit of a spacecraft, some kind of interplanetary flying saucer or wheels within wheels advanced craft, and not having all the terminology to describe an advanced spacecraft, describes it as wheels within wheels and living creatures and moving high up above the earth. In that video from 2017, I show conclusively, and there is multiple layers of evidence to support the conclusion, that Ezekiel is talking about the celestial mechanics that underlie this entire system in rather precise language, in fact. So recently I was revisiting that video, and I was disturbed to note that YouTube had placed a warning banner underneath my video about the vision of Ezekiel. And the warning banner says flat earth, and then it sends you to Wikipedia. It's a linked banner underneath my video. It says flat earth. The flat earth model is an archaic conception of earth's shape as a plane or disk. Many ancient cultures subscribed to a flat earth cosmography, including Greece until the classical period, ... And then you can click on it and go to a Wikipedia article telling you that the ancients all believed in a flat earth, which is, by the way, wrong. It's not true, by the way. But what I'm annoyed about is the fact that YouTube is now plastering this banner, flat earth, underneath my video discussing the celestial foundations of the vision of Ezekiel. First of all, my interpretation has nothing to do with a flat earth. In fact, during the discussion, as I'm describing the celestial mechanics, I am showing the earth in relationship to the sun and the background of stars that the sun will move through as a result of our relationship, the dance that is going on between the earth and the sun, with the stars in the background as seen from the earth behind the sun. As we move throughout the year, those background stars will change, which is why the vision of Ezekiel describes these four living creatures with the likeness of a man, and the likeness of a lion, and the likeness of an ox, and the likeness of an eagle. There's no flat earth advocating in my video. In fact, I am on record. I've written blog posts giving you 12 very good reasons that you can know that we're not living on a flat earth, that we're living on a sphere. 12 pieces of evidence that you can see for yourself without having to go up in a spaceship or something, without having to go up in a rocket. You can perceive that we're on a spherical earth, not a flat earth. But what's annoying to me is that now anyone who happens across my video has this flat earth warning banner, and as if this video contains a bunch of flat earth arguments, which it does not. And who knows how many people will stop by the video and then not watch it because of that. But it's also, on a bigger picture, this is now becoming a pattern where these social media platforms, including YouTube, but not limited to YouTube, Instagram, are taking it upon themselves to plaster links and warning banners whenever you talk about something that they don't want you to deviate from the conventional party line on. So I have put up Instagram posts where, and my Instagram post now has a warning banner underneath that says COVID-19, don't be misinformed. Click this link to go to the CDC, Center for Disease Control in the United States website to learn the official story about COVID. That Instagram post, I was posting a magazine an article I wrote that was featured in a magazine, and on the cover of the magazine, it mentions the word vaccines. They're obviously scanning actually the picture. They're using optical text recognition on the picture and then putting underneath my Instagram post showing that, hey, I was featured in this magazine. Now that Instagram message that I put up there has this warning banner and a link to the CDC to warn you about not straying away from the party line. So what's going on here is it's starting to become routine, and it's across multiple corporations. They're all speaking with the same voice simultaneously in unison. They all started doing this at the same time, putting banners on different things that they find objectionable or taking it down altogether. There's some kind of a coordinated effort, and it is starting to ramp up and become more and more pervasive, where my video on the Vision of Ezekiel is now getting a warning label with a link. We're starting to become maybe more accustomed to, or they're starting to roll out a program where we start seeing warning banners on various forms of content, and who knows where it could go from there. But an argument that I often hear when people start saying, hey, this is a dangerous precedent and a potential violation of the inalienable and inherent right to freedom of expression, people say, oh, these are private corporations. They can do whatever they want. But they're all rolling out the same restrictions at the same time, and they are stifling the same content across multiple platforms all at once, simultaneously, and synchronized with one another. Now, it is possible that they all just happened out of the blue to decide to put the same kinds of warning labels and take down the same kinds of content and have the same policies towards the same subjects, but it's also possible that this is being coordinated, that they're being told to do this from an outside source. And so the question we want to ask is, what is that outside source? Who's taking down any mention of anything suspicious or any alternative analysis of the January 6th operation, as if it only happened one way and there's no questioning exactly what could have gone on there? Who is coordinating that? Because if it's happening across all these different independent private corporations, then that's something different. That is manipulation of the freedom of the press, which is specifically prohibited in the Constitution of the United States. So this is a very troubling development that I've started to see with these warning banners that are starting to pop up on any content that is potentially outside of the conventional storyline on certain topics. But please go check out my video about the Vision of Ezekiel, because just that one video itself shows that the Bible is built on celestial metaphor. It's undeniable that the Bible is built on celestial metaphor. That vision is not a literal event that's being described. It is a celestial model of the framework of the heavens that's being described.